My name is Paul Stanford, and I live in Portland, Oregon. Perhaps most significantly, I've set up medical clinics in 9 different states and helped 270,000 people get their medical marijuana permits since 1999. First starting in Oregon in 2001, we started seeing Washington patients, then Colorado and Hawaii, Arizona and Montana and Michigan. But altogether, I've worked with 45 doctors in 60 different cities to help, 270,000 people get their permit. I'm still doing that on a much smaller scale today, just out of Portland, Oregon, for Oregon and Washington patients. I have been producing a cable access television show here in Portland since 1996. We've done about 1,140 shows to date. I've been an activist for marijuana legalization since I was a teenager. First went to a White House smoke-in 1978, just a week after my 18th birthday, and met Jack Herer in '82, and we both moved here in '84 to work on marijuana legalization. And today I have the privilege of being a speaker at numerous events all over the world. I just came back from a trip to Mexico, Colombia, and Thailand, and had different events in each of those three different countries.
Do you remember when the first time you met Bill Conde was?
I met him in '84 when I first moved to Oregon, at I think at John Sajo's house, when we were working on a marijuana legalization initiative, trying to get on the ballot for a vote in '84.
Mm-hmm.
And we were cheated off the ballot. It was pretty common knowledge, though, across the state, which made petitioning the following year very easy. And we qualified for a vote in November 1st of 1985 for a vote on November 6th of 1986. And so I first met him when I moved here to Oregon. I went to the first WE festival, and I went to a couple of them at his Redwood Lumberyard near Harrisburg, just Interstate 5. They called the High Five Arena or something like that. I met him before he bought that property, when he still lived just south of Eugene. They were had a lot of bands. They were in conjunction with High Times magazine, so you had a contingent of folks from High Times, and they advertised it in High Times magazine. There were a lot of different booths and music, some legalization petitions as well. They were pretty well attended events. I remember there was a fellow there in the area who constantly protested against the events, and he continued to do that. I don't know if he's still around, but yeah, we had a really good time back then. They moved down to Belize, I guess. And,
Yeah.
I've seen him once or twice since then. Being in Central America, you're at a latitude where the daylight doesn't change that much, but you can get multiple harvests a year.
That's right. People grow sugar cane and a lot of other crops down here. A lot of beans and corn and stuff like that grown down here, but mostly sugar cane. And yeah, they grow it all year round.
Yeah, well, sugarcane land is good for cannabis and hemp too.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Apparently, the fiber market, the hemp fiber market, is really starting to get some demand going. Have you heard anything about that? About the
yeah,
fiber?
a lot of demand for hempcrete products, particularly, and
Exactly.
that's been growing pretty rapidly.
Hmm.
And uh, there's it's difficult to process into paper or into textiles, but it's pretty easy to make hempcrete. And
Yeah.
so that's a way to start. And also, an easy thing to get to is in hemp seed food products as well. It's
Yeah.
not something that takes a huge investment.
So this is eventually going to be part of a documentary that I'm making about my dad and this project. And is there anything that you'd like to tell anybody that's potentially watching the video, or anything like that? Any message that you'd like to deliver?
Well, the one thing I like for people to realize is that Hemp or cannabis is the oldest cultivated crop. It's been grown by people for about 25,000 years or more. By 13,000 years ago, its cultivation had spread to the Mediterranean basin. It's the basis of agriculture and helped us domesticate a lot of the farm animals. And it's the most productive crop, producing more fiber from its stems, more protein and seed oil from the seeds, and more medicine from the leaves and flowers than any other plant. So we have co-evolved with cannabis for 25,000 years, and it's crucial to save what's left of our Earth's biosphere for that evolution to continue.
Absolutely. Yeah. Paul Stanford, you are a beautiful and amazing human being, and you inspire me. And thank you so much for doing this interview with me today.
You're very welcome, Michael. Best wishes, and tell Bill I said hi, and
Will do. Will do.
look forward to seeing you guys somewhere down the Hempen Trail.